Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Franchise by Nguyễn Phi Vân. Today, I have the Secretary General of the Korean Franchise Association on my show. I'm very, very happy for you to meet with Mr. Park Ho-jin, and he will discuss the franchise industry in South Korea at the moment, the state of development, the growth of local franchise brands, but most importantly, he will share with us his view on what is it that is potential for Vietnamese franchise brands to enter South Korea as a market, and his advice for Vietnamese franchisors in order to be successful in entering South Korea. So it's a very interesting conversation that we have today. Please welcome to the show Mr. Park Ho-jin, Secretary General of the Korean Franchise Association.
Thank you very much. It's my great honor to get an opportunity to introduce Korean the franchise industry to the Vietnamese.
Okay, so my first question to you is, when did the franchise industry start developing in South Korea, and when was the Korean Franchise Association established?
Korea has a franchise history over the less than 50 years compared to the United States, started in the middle of the 90s, and Japan introduced in the early 20s. It's relatively short. However, Korean franchise industry has grown remarkably enough to compare with China for the second and the third place in terms of the brand numbers and the sales volume, just after the United States. The first Korean franchisor was American style fried chicken that opened in 1975. In 1970s, the foreign brand did not enter the Korean market because our national income was just about $1,500. At 1983, we entered over the 2,000 US dollar errors. The full scale of growth has begun in the middle of the 1980s. The Korean economy took off to the $3,000 to $5,000. The franchise brand appeared one after another in various fields, like the French family restaurant and the chicken and food. A global brand such as McDonald's and KFC, Burger King also appeared at the times. Since then, local brand and global brand had compete each other and developed steadily until the late of the 90s. However, at 1997, the financial crisis in the Southeast Asia suddenly occurred and caused Korea to face national bankruptcy. We received bailout support from the IMF. Not only SME, but also many big conglomerate and the bankers has closed, and employment poured in. Ironically, during the IMF crisis, Korean franchise industry is exploded because the people who lost their job entered the franchise market. Huge booming. Our association established at 1998 in the middle of the national crisis. Explosive increase of franchise business lead various problems, such as conflict between the franchisor and the franchisee. Therefore, our government start to make a regulation and the franchise law. So we have to deal with the government. So our activities is focusing on the government relation and the media relations. The founding purpose of the KFA is for the development of healthy franchise industry, not only for the interest of the franchisor, but also coexistence with the franchisee. Currently, 1,500 franchises are affiliated with our members, and there are 140,000 franchise stores. We can say that the most of the representative and well-known Korean franchise brand is belong to our members.
Wow, very impressive, Mr. Park. Currently, how many franchise systems are operating in South Korea as a whole? And what is the percentage of international versus local franchise brands?
Okay, Korea has the 8,200 franchisor and 120,000 brand. There are over 330 330,000 franchise in total. It's very big numbers, huge numbers. 80% of franchisors are the F&B sectors, and 50% are the service sector like the education, beauty, and the laundry. And another 5% are the franchising and retail franchises like a convenience store and the supermarket store. Most of the convenience stores are owned by the big conglomerate like Lotte and CJ. So they organize their own association, separate from the KFA. In terms of the global brands, most of the famous global brand is already entered Korean market. However, no foreign brand is leading our market behind the local brand. For example, McDonald's is dominating the fast food business in most of the world market. But in Korea, they are losing their ground to the Lotteria and Mom's Touch. I know the Lotteria is Mom's Touch is very popular in your markets. In various F&B sector, like pizza, chicken, and family restaurant, global brand's market share is not as high as other countries. However, Starbucks is exceptional. They dominating the Korean coffee market. They are owned by the big Korean companies, Shinsegae. Actually, they are not doing the franchise business. They are doing directly managing their store.
So at the moment, Mr. Park, there are various sectors in franchising in South Korea, but we would like to understand which are the fastest growing sectors nowadays.
Actually, the chicken and the coffee is most the highly developed, fast developing the sector in the F&B. And the Korean nowadays love the wine and the beers, so the beverage franchise also is fast growing.
How much is the industry in South Korea contributing to the country's GDP?
Korea franchise industry has grown to be a greater contribute to our national economy, making 6.6% of the GDP. Today, we are very proud of ourselves, providing the lot of jobs for over 1.24 billion people, including 180 the executive and the staff members at the franchise headquarters. As you know, franchise is a very effective way which can solve the unemployment issues by providing the rather secure the business model for the young and the retiree. In this time of the global recession, the biggest concern of the government and the people is creation of the jobs. So we franchisor can and will take full responsibility to step up and save our national economy.
Wow, very impressive. So does the government support the industry, Mr. Park?
Frankly speaking, not much. Actually, they made a lot of regulations to us, but they do not provide the support from us. Anyways, we closely work together with the government.
So talking about local franchise brands, because we're very interested to know what is the development of local franchise brands, some of the milestones over the years in South Korea.
In my thought, the high competitions has made Korean brand get higher quality and service. If we don't innovate, if we don't innovate or differentiate the product or service, they would have lost the customer. I think the great strength of the Korean franchisee is ICT technology. The various efficient and labor-saving systems such as smart order, kiosk, unmanned payment system has well developed in Korea. The most of dishes you can think of in Korea, such as fried chicken and coffee barista and the pizza manufacturing, is made by the robot already. In many Korean restaurants, over 10,000 robot is already delivering the food to the customer table. It's a very impressive. And another strength of the Korean franchise came from the Korean culture waves thrown by in the worldwide. The popularity in the K-drama and the movie and the K-pop is spreading over to the Korean food and beverage. So it has given great opportunity for Korean franchisors to expand the global market. So we are very trying to using the great opportunity.
We all love K-drama, don't we?
Thank you.
So what are some of the challenges that local franchise brands currently face?
You know, the Korea has one of the highest rate in the self-employed people in the world. There are too many restaurants and coffee shops in any street in Korea. As competition intensified, the sales at the individual restaurant are decreasing. It is becoming the more serious red ocean market. And Korea has entered super aging society. For this reason, there is a serious manpower shortages. In addition, the previous labor union government raised the daily minimum wage by about 30%. It's a greatly increased the burden of the labor cost. And the commercial rent has also risen significantly. So you can say that the business environment is getting tough and tough.
And going back to the government, you said that the government is not really supporting the industry, but I would like to understand how Korean Franchise Association play a role in promoting the franchise industry in South Korea.
We have to negotiate with the government regarding the regulations. We have met the parliamentary members and we advertise our industry in the media. We are focusing the improving the industry image. You know, in Korea, the franchisor is depicted as the evil. So we are doing the many the activities on the ESG programs.
Wow, okay, so that's a lot of work for you, Mr. Park. Let's talk a little bit about how Vietnam and South Korea can work together. And my question is, what franchise sectors do you think are opportunities for Vietnamese brands to enter South Korea?
You know, the Vietnam is already one of the most popular tour destination to Koreans. So we are very familiar with your tasty and we love your delicious food dishes. I think it's because we share a large portion of the ingredient, like the rice or the fish sauce. So Vietnam rice noodles and spring roll restaurant is already popular in Korea. There are so many restaurants. Recently, banh mi, the Vietnamese sandwich, is very popular, expanding the young generations. I think the Vietnam is the second largest the coffee producer. Korean has a culture enjoying the coffee after meal, so it's gonna be a big market. We are very heavy coffee drinker. So your coconut coffee and egg and salt coffee is very popular among the MZ generation in Korea. So veteran coffee brand will be able to effectively target the Korean coffee market. Our market is divided into the premium market and low-cost coffee market.
So if Vietnamese brands are to enter South Korean as a market, what would be your advice, Mr. Park, to our Vietnamese brands in order to be successful in South Korea?
Although Korea and Vietnam seems very similar in the outside, but they are different in many areas like the culture and law. Accordingly, throughout the market research is needed before the Vietnamese brand entered Korean market. Korea is characterized by the relatively homogeneous consumer preference, very little domestic market, and they are very rapid change in the trend. So you need the effort, a constantly localized product or service. It's quite required.
Okay, last but not least, Mr. Park, for today is a question on the future of franchising. What, in your view, is the future of franchising not only in South Korea, but also in Asia Pacific and globally?
The franchise business is a promising business model, not only in Korea, but also globally. According to our experience, when national income reached around the $3,000, franchise industry is about the booming. I'm sure great opportunity and the promising future is coming to veteran franchisor. Well prepared with entrepreneurship and creativities. It will be great future to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Park. Thank you for participation this morning. And we wish you all the best. And we would like to see you in Vietnam, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for the inviting me. A great opportunity.
So everyone, you've heard from Mr. Park about the industry in South Korea. Very impressive industry with long-term history and has started way before our Vietnamese franchise industry. So it has a lot of international as well as local brands. However, what I'm most interested in is his advice for local Vietnamese F&B brands to enter South Korea, because obviously South Korea is a very big franchise market. 80% of the market value is in F&B. So he mentioned Vietnamese noodles, banh mi, coffee, some of the very much local Vietnamese food, local Vietnamese beverages that are very special to us would become very special to the South Korean consumers as well. So I hope that this particular session has inspired you to look at the South Korean market and also at the same time for you to help to build the foundation, strong foundation for your franchise brands in Vietnam, especially when you are in local F&B, so that you can enter the South Korean market at some point. I wish you all the success, and thank you very much for being on the show with us. And I look forward to seeing your Vietnamese local F&B brands in South Korea.